Welcome to the two-handed short stick video. Our drills for short stick in this system come from a program of self-defense that I and my instructor John Collins built. These drills are gross motor. They're based on ease of use, practicality, scalability, and self-defense practical concepts. So that means they're relatively easy to learn. This drill has 13 strikes, and you can memorize these 13 strikes pretty quick because they're very similar and repetitive. Okay? Stick with me here. When we begin, we have our stick in two hands in front of us, and we are in a relaxed position. To begin training, we spread our feet out and get locked in nice and balanced, and we curl the stick. Now, the curl here, we want a little further in front of the face. We want the elbows in, shoulders relaxed, below the eyes. You need to see over your stick. You need to see what you're blocking. Here are some basic rules for using the short stick. 1, always look where you're blocking or striking. 2, every block is a strike and every strike is a block, so hit hard. 3, the stick is part of your body. Use it as such. Get good extension. And then 4, drop your weight when you strike. Don't stand up when you strike. These are the primary rules that will prevent the majority of the mistakes from happening if you just remember from the beginning. Okay. Strike number 1 is straightforward. You're going to roll over and punch with the knuckles like you're throwing 2 punches at the same time, and you're either intercepting a weapon or you're striking at an opponent. So you're going to extend out and punch. 1. See that? You see how he dropped his weight? You see how the stick came out and came back? Okay? As you're learning, focus on technique, then add power. Let speed come last. Okay? 1. Good. Drop your weight, recover the stick. Now 2 is to the side. Block to the side. 2. Good. And then 3 is the exact same thing to the other side. 3. Good. Now go back and do 2 and freeze, please. To do 2, he turns his shoulders, he turns his hips, he locks in his balance. His hand is over his head. And this hand and elbow are bent and locked in. He's using his muscles to engage. The strike was coming at his head, so he's blocking here. If he drops his hand, the strike will hit here and break his hand. So the hand must be over the head. This should be straight up and down. And we would call this type of punch a bull punch in our system, where 2 hands punch outward at the same time. But you got to look at what you're hitting. 2, come back. Now do it for number 3. 3, lock it in there. Over his head, blocks the strike, looking at what he's blocking. Shoulders turned, hips turned, locked in, tight elbow. Good strike number 3. 2. Number 4 is just like number 1, but it's upwards. Somebody's coming down over top of you with a stick or something. And so you're blocking upwards. So 4. See what he did 4? He dropped his weight anyway. He didn't go up for 4. He went down for 4. 4. And he comes back. Okay? And then 5 is downward. Protect your groin. Drop your weight and get that stick below your groin towards your knee level. Boom. Keep your eyes on what you're blocking and then come back up and look at the opponent. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Don't worry. We're not really moving this fast. Let's do it again together. 1 is forward. 2 is to the side. 3 is to the other side. 4 is up high. 5 is down low. And then 6 is what we call a rack. Someone's coming in to grab you or your walker, and you're going to rack your walker. Please don't destroy your walker, but you need to hit hard. Okay? So, 6. Okay? You can hit your legs if your stick is small enough. Okay? And you can hit the walker. Boom! Because it's stopping someone from coming in and coming after you. So you might hit their arms down. You might hit them on the back of the head to drive them down. But that's a protective thing for somebody who's coming in low. Number 6 is low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The first 6, fairly simple, gross motor, 2-hand punches. All of them except 6 where it's a drop, a rack. We call it a rack. Okay? Now we have to get into switching our grip. Okay? We switch one hand over. Go back. Did his hand let go of the stick? His fingers did, but did it ever leave the stick? No. You never let go of the stick. You just rotate over. Okay? So you rotate your hand over, and now the opponent is behind you, but you've got to clear your walker. Okay? You can't hit behind you, but the person's coming up behind you, so you need to drive number 7 behind you around the walker in a slight arc. 7. And still gets behind, and he's looking at his target, and the stick is behind him, not out to the side, behind him. 7. And now 8. He goes up, and he looks back, and he hits high. 8. Okay? That's with one rotation of the hand. Come back to the middle, rotate over. Now you're back to where you were, and then you rotate that hand over. Now you do the exact same strikes on the other side of your body. 9 and 10. Come back, 2. Now let's do together, slow, 1 through 10. Ready? Curl. And do them really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rotate one hand. 7, 8. Come back, rotate both hands. 9, 10. Good. Now the last 3 strikes are for someone in front of you. You've got a switched grip. You've got a mixed, what we call the mixed grip, overhand and overhand. So you've got, this is the butt, and this is the tip. And now you're going to do 3 strikes with the butt. You're going to strike head high, 11. You're going to strike 45 degrees down, 12. And you're going to strike straight down, 13. But can you take a good look at his feet? When he did 10, he was in an H stance. And when he went to do 11, 12, and 13, he's moved his feet a little bit to create an avenue, a safety zone for that stick as he's punching downward. You don't want to punch downward like this. You want to punch downward like this. Okay? You want to punch in and shift your weight forward like this. Punch, punch, punch. So go back, please, to number 10. Rotate that hand over, 9, 10. Fix your feet so you will be like where you at 10. And then go into your 11, 12, 13. See how he moves them? He does his 10, then he moves his feet, locks in, forward and back, and then, boom. 11, 12, 13. 3 different shots with the butt strike. Okay? And that's 13 strikes. That's the whole drill. Let's go through this drill together, slow and easy, one time. Okay? 2 hands. Do them real good, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Come back. Good. Now, let's talk about some of the common errors that happen. Curl, do number 1 wrong. Oh, he jumped up to do number 1 instead of dropping his weight. People do that. They go on their toes to punch. Don't go on your toes. Bend your knees. Drop your weight when you do number 1. Do it right. Good. Do number 2 wrong. What was that? Right? That was horrible. He didn't look at me. He didn't stop me. His hand was down. If I had been punching at his hand, at his head, and he stopped my stick, I would have broken his hands. Look at me and do it right. There you go. He sees the bad guy. Okay, same thing for 3. You've got to look and you've got to get your hand up over your head. Okay? Do number 4 wrong. Oh, did you see his chin go way up along with that whole hopping thing? He just opening his chin up. Keep your chin down. Just look up when you do it. Boom. Drop your weight down and look upwards, but keep your chin down. Okay? These are the common mistakes that happen. Okay? So that's 5. The same problem with number 5. And with number 6, the problem is usually people are too soft because they don't want to hurt themselves. If you train soft, you'll use it soft. Sometimes you've got to go stronger. Once you get the technique down, you need to add a little, what we call intention to what you're doing. You need to intend to actually stop a bad guy. So you've got to hit a little harder. Okay? When we get to 7, 8, 9, and 10, and to a certain extent 11, 12, and 13, one of the biggest mistakes we make is loose hands and switching too many times. Because we're just getting confused. Okay, we start thinking about stuff and getting all backwards, and it's actually simple. There's a drill you can practice to do it, and that's what I'm going to show you. Rotate one hand, rotate it back. Rotate the other hand, rotate it back. That's the entire amount of rotation that happens in this drill. This one goes once, and you hit 7 and 8. Then it comes back, and this one goes once, and you hit 9 and 10, and 11, and 12, and 13. Now rotate back. You're done. So the whole drill is rotate 1, back, rotate 2, back, strike, 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 rotate, you're finished. That's it. That's the only rotation that happens with your hands in this drill. And that is the 13 two-handed short stick drill. All right, if you feel confident in this skill set and you know what to do, go to the training videos for practice. If you're still a little unsure about the nuts and bolts or the exact placements or exactly what to do, just watch this video over again. That's the beauty of it. You can do this as many times as you need. And then remember, if you have any questions that the videos don't answer, you can just email us or contact us right through your portal. Thank you.